This is a nice recipe. It's making a kind of an apple pie using oats as the main base. So what you're going to need here is 3 apples, just a couple of ingredients, some oats, 3 eggs, and then it's a case of just mixing it up as you go. So in a food processor, add 300 grams of oats, steel cut porridge oats are the best. And I'm going to mill them, but not into a fine powder, kind of half mill them. And at this point, I'm just going to add a level tablespoon of baking powder into the oats. So they're milled down, but I want to have a texture in them, so kind of half mill them, if you like. Hence the food processor as opposed to a liquidizer, which is better for making a fine powder. So I'm going to pop those into my bowl. And then into the same bowl, liquidizer, I have 3 cooking apples, which I'm just going to pop in there. I'm just going to break those down as well into a nice puree. Just got to loosen up from the sides a little bit. So there's our nice chopped up apple puree. So what I'm going to do now is, and the baking powder is in there as well, which is very important. I'm going to now just pop the apple puree into the flour. You don't need sugar in this, there's more than enough sweetness in the apples themselves. Okay, get it all in there. And now I'm just going to crack 3 eggs into this. Then I'm going to just put a splash of just normal vanilla essence, about a teaspoon. And about a little bit of sprinkling of cinnamon. About a teaspoon thereabouts. Now I'm just going to mix all of this into a dough. And just incorporate it all in together, nice and smooth, into, you load it right yourself when you can't see any of the dryness, any of the dry mix. And good to use a good sized bowl as well, so that you can move it around a bit. And the oats, they're again very, very high in soluble fibre. And soluble fibre is well known for bringing down cholesterol. It kind of clings to cholesterol, and then your body has to go make more of it. Or it clings to bile, actually, I should say, in your small intestine, and the soluble fibre, which then your body just gets rid of, and then your body has to go make more cholesterol. And or it has to go make more bile, and bile is made out of cholesterol. So your body has to then go into your blood system and pull out cholesterol, or pull out the cholesterol to make more bile and reduce your cholesterol. So pre-prepared little oat or little cake tin. This one's handy because it's just got a little kind of a silicone liner I've got on it. But otherwise, just a good non-stick cake tin. One that you can detach like this is always a good idea. And then we just pop our apple mixture all into that at once. Then just pat it down, nice and neatly. It's a very, very simple little dessert, very healthy, kind of like a almost a glorified granola bar almost. Only for you're not using loads of fats and things inside it. So I'm just going to pat that down nicely, and then I'm just going to get a few pecans and cranberries, whatever takes your fancy, and just spread them over the top, and then kind of push them into the mixture. Just give a nice kind of an interesting finish to this. And then I'm going to cook that in an oven at 180 degrees for about 35-40 minutes. And that's all that's to it. Very, very simple little cake. And we'll wait for that to cook in about 35-40 minutes. And after about 40 minutes, there we have it. My little apple pie. So it's only a case of just letting that cool down a little bit and then just demolding it. Very, very simply done. I'm just going to use this little flick dish. My wee plate. You could probably wait for this to cool down a little bit more, but this has always been my downfall with pastry work, patience. And these little silicone, if you can get your hands on these little pre-made silicone timers or liners, they really are fantastic. So I'm just going to pop that onto a serving plate. And there is our little oatmeal apple pie. Perfect. Lovely, simple little dish.